Okay, we're getting pictures of Prime Minister Modi's visit to the Kaziranga National Park early this morning. The Prime Minister was on a jungle safari. He was the first, in fact, Prime Minister to spend a night at Kaziranga as well. Prime Minister Modi has shared these pictures on social media and he says, I quote, "This morning I was at the Kaziranga National Park in Assam. Nestled amidst lush greenery, this UNESCO World Heritage Site is blessed with diverse flora and fauna, including the majestic one-horned rhinoceros." So the Prime Minister there was, in fact, at the Kaziranga National Park early this morning at 5:45 a.m. He took a jungle safari, a jeep safari, and also an elephant safari. You can see, of course, the Prime Minister with his camera over there, taking some photographs, looking through, of course, those binoculars as well. My colleague Suryagni is joining us for more on this. Some beautiful images, of course, of the Prime Minister who was earlier this morning in Kaziranga National Park. He took the safari, of course, and also interacted, as we see in those pictures right now, with Van Durga, the team of women forest guards who are at the forefront of conservation efforts in Kaziranga National Park. Suryagni.
Well, absolutely, Pauline. We have seen these visuals which have come from Kaziranga, where the Prime Minister himself is taking a tour of the beautiful, jungle safari. There's an underlying message to the entire development that we have seen. When the Prime Minister of the country himself, stays overnight at this particular, forest or national park, and takes a jungle safari and visits places inside Kaziranga, the message is clear, Pauline. The message goes out to everyone in the country that how beautiful Kaziranga is, and it's a way of boosting tourism in Kaziranga itself. If you just look at it from a different perspective, so the message that is somewhere it's loud that the Prime Minister himself is asking the citizens to come to take a tour of this beautiful national park in Assam, and somehow boost the tourism sector of Kaziranga once again. Back to you.
Absolutely. That, in fact, is a significant part of this visit as well. He has, as you've just pointed out, in fact, posted saying, "I would urge you all to visit Kaziranga National Park and experience the unparalleled beauty of its landscapes and the warmth of the people of Assam." Suryagni, I am one of those who's been privileged to be to Kaziranga National Park. It's a beautiful landscape, as the Prime Minister points out, and the one-horned rhinoceros, of course, one of the unique features of that park. But like you pointed out, the Northeast, Assam, not many people take that tour to the Kaziranga National Park. Or earlier, when the Prime Minister, of course, promoted tourism in Lakshadweep, it adds a huge boost in terms of, tourism to these parts are concerned when the Prime Minister advocates for the same. Suryagni.
Well, absolutely, and the concept of the Prime Minister over the past couple of years has been very, very simple and important. It is, you think global, but we can go local, because somewhere there are spots of tourist places throughout the country. For example, Kaziranga, or let's say Lakshadweep, which definitely many people do flock in, many people do visit. But there are multiple people throughout the country who do not really, venture into these wonderful tourist spots of the country. So when the Prime Minister, as I mentioned, when the Prime Minister stays overnight at a jungle, at a national reserve or a national forest, the message is simple and clear that if the Prime Minister is, staying overnight, then this place is extremely, extremely, worth it for tourists, be it of India, be it Indian tourists, or people who come from abroad, to come and stay overnight and see the beauty of this particular spot, the jungle safari at 5:30 a.m., which the Prime Minister himself took on the elephants and the jeep safari. It's the message is, I think, for everyone that it is time that we get in, we come to these wonderful places which are there in the country. And I guess the biggest brand ambassador of the government of India is the Prime Minister. And when he is doing it, the message, I feel, is very, very loud and clear that all of us who want to take a holiday, who want to, visit different places when we have an off or something with our families or friends, we should focus on these Indian beautiful spots throughout the country, and not, go abroad. So I think
Absolutely.
that is the message that the Prime Minister, be it Lakshadweep or be it Kaziranga, is staying in Kaziranga. I particularly feel that it's very important, and it is going to boost
Right.
tourism not only in Assam but also in in the neighboring states of Northeast, because they too
Absolutely.
have beautiful places in their states. Back to you.
Right. Suryagni, thank you so much for joining us with all of those details. So, like Suryagni was pointing out, the fact that the Prime Minister stayed overnight in Kaziranga or that he stayed overnight in Lakshadweep clearly shows that he wants to promote tourism across the country. There are such beautiful and diverse landscapes in India itself that you need to explore all of that to see the beauty of the country. In fact, the Prime Minister and his love for wildlife has been on display in the past as well. Today, of course, you're seeing those images from this morning, early this morning, when at sunrise he was at the Kaziranga National Park in Assam, which is, of course, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Earlier, of course, the Prime Minister had promoted tourism at the Jim Corbett National Park as well in Uttarakhand, where he, in fact, went in with an international TV crew in order to take them through Corbett and its diverse landscape and wildlife as well. The Prime Minister there later at the Kuno National Park in Madhya Pradesh in September 2022 when he went to see those cheetahs that were brought in from South Africa. Then, of course, you see him in those images joined by then Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan and Aviation Minister who hails from the state of Madhya Pradesh, Jyotiraditya Scindia.